Hello, my name is Kerry from Kerry's Card Creations. Welcome. So I'm back today with another Easter project today. So I actually saw this on a Facebook reel, and the lady is called, she's either called Stamp with Card or Stamp Your Card. And she does have a YouTube channel, and the project I'm making today, I couldn't find a video for it. But I will link in the description bar a link to her YouTube channel. Now, the one she made was bigger than this. So this is what we're making today. So this is this. And it's a holder. And then it's got two boxes. You open the top. They're not very wide. Mine are only 3 centimeters. So they're 3 centimeters by 15 centimeters. So they're 3 centimeters by 15. But chocolate, you know, the chocolate mini eggs you can get would fit in there. So the lady that I saw that made this did one with 4 in. I wanted something a bit quicker for my classes, so I'm going to make one with 2, and then I'm going to decorate it today. So I've made one already to save a bit of time, because otherwise I'd be making 2 exactly the same. That's the wrong way around, Kerry. There you go. Okay, so to make this, you will need 2 pieces of coloured card. Now these measure 13 centimeters by 21 centimeters, and I've scored it on the long side at 3, 6, 9 and 12. Then turn it 1 turn. I always turn 1 turn to the right. Somebody asked me that question in class last week. You naturally just turn, but 1 turn to the right I always turn, and I scored at 3 and 18. Turn it back to the shorter side, so back left, and I've scored at 1.5 and 7.5 down to 15 centimeters. And then I've scored diagonally from that 15 centimeter mark to the right and left hand corner of that section. So it should look like that. So this is quite nice cards, you can see. Okay. So then we're going to fold and burnish. Can you hear the seagulls outside? It's there's quite a chorus of seagulls outside today. So I actually live by the sea, so we get plenty of seagulls around, and there is absolutely tons of them at the moment, all on the top of my neighbours' houses. Right, fold and burnish. Okie dokie. So the section with the diagonal lines is the bottom, obviously. So I'm going to take the top of that off. I'm going to mitre this 1 centimetre section. I'm going to mitre both ends of it. And I'm going to remove the rectangles either side of it, just straight for now. So I'm going to take that one off and take that one off. Right, and then I'm going to work along the bottom, and I'm just going to remove the score line. So I'm going to cut up either side of that score line to just remove that score line. So I started work this morning at 7:30. It was okay. Then all of a sudden it went really dark, so I had to get up and turn the light on. Now all of a sudden it's really bright again. Right, so I'm going to turn it round. And this time I'm going to remove everything along that top there and leave that one section that's next to that tab. So I'm going to just remove the score line so I've got a nice neat edge. Take everything away until I get to that end one there, and I'm going to keep that one and just take that score line away so I've got a nice neat edge. So that is what you should be left with. That's the shape you should be left with. Okay, so then I'm just going to round the top of that one that's left, just round the corners on that one. I'll fold that over. Okay, and then I'm just going to give these two they're an infold, so I'm just going to give them a bit of a, they don't have to be folded and burnished, but it just, when you close your box, it just helps a little bit. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a squeeze. There you go. Okay, so to decorate this, I have 2 pieces of pattern paper. These measure 2.5 centimeters by 14.5 centimeters. So obviously, if you're making 2, each one has 2 pieces. So obviously, you glue those ones in place. So this orange card is what I got off Amazon. It is very flimsy. When I ordered it, I'm sure it said it was something like 220 GSM, but it isn't very thick at all. But it is ideal for these sorts of projects. But I wouldn't put anything substantial. I wouldn't make a handbag or anything with this card. And the paper pad is what I got. So this one here is Peter Rabbit. That's that one. What I got that a couple of years back now from the Works, not the Works, the Range. And the Easter paper pad I'm using is from, that one is also from the Range. Right, so I'm gluing those down. I'm going to add tape. I always like to glue my paper before I glue my boxes together. I just find it easier to stick my papers down. So I'm going to add glue to that tab, fold all that over, and then bring my side over. Oh, the seagulls have finished arguing and fled. So I'm just going to give that a good... Right, I always like my seams at the back. So I like all my seams to be facing to the back. So I've got the box so that the front is at the front. So I'm going to fold over one side. So I'm folding over my left hand side, adding glue to the right hand side, and then folding that over. I'm going to add glue to the front and the back. Then I'm going to fold the back one forward and then the front one back. My friend Nick says that I'm just finicky. Right, so there. And then you just squeeze the sides and then bring the front bit over. And then I've got these little mini pegs. And I've got stacks of these in all different colours. And then that just keeps that closed. There you go. So I've got my 2 of those. So you make 2 of those. So then to make the carrier, I am using craft card. This measures 12.2 centimetres by 21 centimetres. And I've scored it on the short side at 3 centimetres. Then I turned it and scored it at 3 centimetres because I want that increment in the middle there to be slightly bigger. So it is important that you do 3 and then turn and do 3. Then on the long side, I have scored at 3 and 6.1 centimetres. What I did is I just put a little mark at 6.1 and moved it across on my scoreboard to score it at 6.1. That just gives you enough room for your boxes to sit snugly in place. Otherwise they're too tight. Right, fold and burnish. going to sneeze. Hay fever season now. Right. I want to remove these. This is my card, and I want to remove these two. No, I don't. No, I don't want to remove them. I'm going to cut and mitre them. And turn it round though. So I'm going to cut right next to that score line. So I'm just removing that ugly edge. Both sides. And then I'm going to mitre. And I'm going to turn around and do the same the other side. So I'm just going to cut up to remove that. Just so it gives you a nice clean edge. And then I'm going to mitre that. Oh. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper cutter and I'm going to cut from the bottom of here to the top of the score line there. So I'm just going to put that in my trimmer. I'm going to put the edge there, line the edge up there with the edge of my cutter, my blade, and the top of that score line and cut. So I get that shape. I'm going to turn it round and do the same the other side. So I'm just going to line up the end of that score, and the top where that score line starts, and the end of that outside edge, and cut. So that's the shape I've got now. Okay. So now I'm going to add glue to the top of these here. Add glue to the top of them and fold that over. And then I'm going to, oh, made a right mess there. And I'm going to add glue to the inside of these outer ones. Right, so I'm going to bring these ones forward. Now it doesn't quite line up because this is slightly larger. So it won't line up with that edge. It'll be slightly wider. So I'll do the same with the other side. So it is just slightly wider. Then I'm going to push this one across and bring these ones over. And again, you just line it up so that all the bottom is flush. And then you should be left with a little gap down that side there. Can you see that? So it should be flush with the bottom. If you wanted to, you could make this a little bit wider, but I wasn't overly fussed about having that. You could make this 3.1 and then 6.2 if you wanted. I wasn't overly bothered about that little bit on the side there. Right, so I'm going to decorate this now. So I've got 2 pieces of my pattern paper. These now measure, turn the page, Kerry, 2.7. So it's 2.7 by 2.5. And I'm going to glue these. Oh, I'm going to use that side because it's got the rabbit's head on it. These are going to glue on the side. There, like so. Am I in shot? Yes, just about. So I'm going to glue that on there. I've had a shifty round on my desk and my camera is in a slightly different place. So I feel like I'm all bunched up to one side today. Because I do a lot of stamping and colouring. My class do, obviously I get them to stamp and colour as well. Well, my colouring pens are all on the far wall, and I've moved them now to my I've moved some of the colours to my desk, and I've put them in these pots, and they're in the middle of my desk now so that it's very easy accessible. Right, so this piece then measures 5.9 by 2.5. And that is going to go on the front of there like that. Can't really get in there. Can't really get my hand in there. Okay, so your boxes should now fit nice and snug in there like that. There we go. So on this one, I'm just going to decorate this front set. Excuse me, I got a tickle. Just going to decorate this front section here. So this is a combination of stamp sets that I've got from all over. In fact, all my Easter stamps are all in one packet. So I'm going to use this watering can and this pretty bunny. And I'm just going to make like a, decorate it. I'm going to start sticking things down though, rather than. So stick my watering can down. And I'm going to put some foam pads on my bunny. Then I'm going to tuck, I've got a leaf, I'm just going to tuck that behind my watering can there. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back of that flower. Oh. I'll put that down there. And then I've got a couple of Easter eggs that I thought I would put. My mess. I'll put one there. I just thought I'd put one there. I got a. Let's do a green one. I'm just going to put one down there. There we go. Nice quick Easter project. Like I say, it will not hold masses, but the little foiled eggs that you buy would fit in these perfectly. So that's my my little quick and easy Easter project. I hope you give it a go. I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial today. Any questions, please just ask, and I'll be back again soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.